Boys, welcome back to your first content review of EA FC 24. I'm Slater. We are back. If you're new, I review the content every single day in what used to be called FIFA, is now EA FC. And this is the first day I've had the game. And here he is, Kevin De Bruyne flashback on day one. On day one of FIFA. No, not FIFA. EAFC. We have a KDB. We're going to review the player. We're going to talk about value, see if he's worth completing. There's also other new content today. I read the content every single day. I chapter it out so you can fast forward. If you like someone that helps you determine whether you should or should not complete SBCs, I'm your guy, 10 plus years of Ultimate Team experience. Hit that like button, sub if you're new to the channel, and let's dive into this. This is a huge SBC. I feel like historically, we're always used to getting like kind of these ones to watch cards that come out in the beginning of the game, and they maybe get one upgrade, and they're never really usable, and it is what it is. A KDB flashback card on day one is pretty incredible. Whether he's worth it or not, we'll see. But that is just in general, content-wise, like an awesome start to the game, right? 4-star, 4-star, high medium work rates. We're going to compare him to his base card that's in the game right now. He's an 87 overall with the face of 80 pace, 84 shooting, 91 passing, 80 dribbling, 70 defending, and 74 physical. So this is very interesting. Center mid cam, versatility on the card. He gets a pace boost from his other card. We'll show that to you in a second. Fantastic passing. 90s in every stat category that really matters at this point in the game. Vision, short pass, long pass, and crossing, right? He's going to be a really great distributor of the ball this early in the game. Probably the part of his card that you will notice the most comparative to other players in the game at this point, right? His agility stats are really low. His balance is really low. His reactions, ball control are pretty good for this point in the game. All right. Obviously, 88 shot power is decent enough to help you overcompensate for some of those low finishing stats. 86 stamina is pretty decent this early in the game as well. He does have low defending and low kind of strength and aggression traits. Obviously, we can put a chemstyle on him to help with those. It does seem like the design of his card is anchored with high medium work rates and really them kind of focusing more towards the attacking part of his card rather than the defending, that he has truly created this flashback version to be more of a cam based on what I'm seeing on the card. In terms of play styles, he has the ability, and I'm brand new to this game too, like I got to figure this whole thing out as well. With you guys, there are two types of levels of playstyle. Learn the playstyles in player bio. Iconography on the player's items indicate playstyles. View more information on the 5th player view. In gameplay, you can view the active plus level playstyles in the player's name bar. I think we're all really new to this part of the game, to the point where we don't really have a gauge for what is truly makes sense here, or really what is truly valuable here. It does say that his incisive passing is like his most aligned trait. He has a lot of passing traits, so that's really the true part of his card. He also has the Trivella, so if maybe that's something that's OP at this point in the game like it was last year, could be another addition to his card to make him that much better from outside the box shooting, which is really, really nice. So far the card looks cool to me. I think it all comes down to his value and what it costs to get him. He's only out for 6 days. This is a part of the Nike promo concept, but it is a flashback Kevin De Bruyne. There's no description, which is interesting. Typically they leave a description of like who the card is or why he got this card, or like flashing back to when De Bruyne was at, typically they do that, but that's not the case here. It's an 86 overall team. You get back a Prime Electrum pack, which actually is not a bad pack, and it's tradable, right? So there's a little something there. You could hit a player in that for sure. And then an 87 overall with a small rare gold player pack, which is a mini 50k pack. So let's think about pricing. Let's go dive into this SBC. So here is Kevin De Bruyne's 91 rated card. We're going to refresh it because now he's an SBC, so his price might alter a little bit. So he has dramatically dropped in price, right? He went from a 90,000 coin card before this SBC had dropped to a 77,000 coin live card in the game. And comparatively to his, they don't have the different versions of the card. I think it's just so new to the game that we don't have the ability to like live compare on Footbin. So I'll just have to read off the card that I see and then tell you what's different. So comparatively between this Kevin De Bruyne, maybe if I go to SBC category, maybe the SBC version of De Bruyne will potentially allow us to understand what his card looks like. Actually, I don't think they have that up there either, do they? No, they don't. Okay, it's just we're new to the game, right? It's all brand new. It's not gonna be the smoothest ride just yet. Let me see if I can go find this. No, they don't even have it on Footbin. It is what it is, right? We'll just have to do it kind of in a different way than we typically will end up doing it as the game goes on. So comparatively, the stats that we notice that I can help tell you are big differences. First of all, he's 4-star, 4-star, the flashback card, where Kevin De Bruyne is 4-star, 5-star. So he gets a downgrade from a weak foot perspective. So advantage to the 91 De Bruyne. In terms of pace, this new card, the Flashback, has 8 more acceleration, 8 more sprint speed. That's a massive difference on a card. In terms of the shooting stats, he has 4 less attack and positioning, 4 less finishing, and 4 less shot power, and 4 less long shots. So we could say full 4 down downgrade on every single statistical category in shooting. In terms of his passing, he has 3 less vision, 3 less short pass, and 3 less long passing. And in terms of his dribbling, the Flashback card has 4 less agility, 4 less balance. He has 4 less reactions, 4 less ball control. You know, really, honestly, all that they did for this card, they did actually, which is crazy. I think I would have thought Kevin De Bruyne's base card would have more defending stats. This card actually does, the new Flashback card does have 4 more interceptions. It has 5 less heading accuracy for some random reason. It has 5 more heading accuracy, 5 more defensive awareness, 5 more stand tackle, and 4 more sliding tackle. So he is technically considered a better defender, actually, which is interesting. So I guess it kind of shows you how non-balanced of a midfielder Kevin De Bruyne's both cards are at the end of the day. This new card also has less aggression by 3, less strength by 5, less stamina by 2. So what they're really doing on this card is that they decrease the weak foot. They really rapidly increase the pace. That's for sure the buying aspect of Kevin De Bruyne's card. It's also the first special card of the year, so there's a lot of excitement there. It's a cool dynamic, right? It's an OG. I think that's a Wolfsburg image of Kevin De Bruyne. And then they boost his defending. So the question is it worth it? I'm going to take a guess, and I don't know for sure because they don't have active pricing. I'll see if they can update it anytime soon. I'm going to take a guess that Kevin De Bruyne's SBC that we just got today, which they just don't have a price on yet because it's just so early in the game. I mean, maybe I can try and figure this out for you guys. Give me 2 seconds. This is like the most raw kind of review we're going to have because we just don't know anything about the game yet, right? We're so new to it. Let me go see, like, if I were to, like, concept what an 87 rated team might actually look like, what the price might be. So let's go see. Yaya Toure would be cool to have right now. Unfortunately, we don't have him. Oh, really cheap. Really, 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 really cheap. So I would say based on what we're seeing here, like, there's only a couple of the cards. And these are going to go up in price because people want to do an SBC. Like, everybody's going to want to have this De Bruyne in their team. Just because it's, like, new and it's fresh and it's here. You know, my thought process here is, like, if you can get this kind of, this 87 done for what looks like, if you're being lucky, somewhere I would say around maybe 70, yeah, maybe 75 to 80K, because I don't think you're going to be able to, you know, you're going to have to dive into some of these more expensive cards based on what we're seeing in terms of price values. So you're not going to be able to really, like, do this for as cheap, you know, it would be awesome to have a lot of guys like this, but that's just not going to be the case. And then you have the 86 overall team. So he's going to end up being a lot more expensive than his actual live 91 rated card is in the game. You have to value to yourself, if you want to use a Kevin De Bruyne card, like, is the boost in pace and a little bit in defending, which I don't think is really that relevant to him. But if you put a shadow on him, it would make him a more well-rounded box-to-box than his actual main card. If you want a more well-rounded box-to-box or a slightly pacier De Bruyne, I'm not going to tell you to not do the first SBC of the year. I would not be surprised based on how the main card is dropping in price, has better shooting, better passing, better dribbling stats, better physical stats. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not a drastic difference between the two cards, in a sense that, like, people might do this SBC and look back a couple weeks from now and be like, oh, Kevin De Bruyne's base card being like 60K cheaper than this card or whatever it's going to come out to was actually pretty good value at the time. So I'm not going to tell anybody not to do it. I think it's cool. I think it's a big player SBC for them to drop, obviously. And the boost in pace is definitely very noticeable. I would say, you know, there might be a time where it makes sense to really buy that 91 De Bruyne because he still has a 5-star weak foot and better stats all around outside of pace and defending stats than this typical version. But you do get 2 packs back from the SBC as well. So I think it's a very fair market value from what I can understand. I don't think it's like super overpriced. I don't think it's like a crazy, you know, EA or money grabbing like at all. I think this is a very fair first SBC of the year. I mark it as something you can totally do if you want to do it, but I would say there might be a really good time at some point today where you snipe a KDB for really cheap. He ends up being more valuable down the road, and then you have essentially still a really nice card that didn't cost you a lot of fodder, and you have the ability to sell it down the road. So that's just my opinion, and that's what I think you should do there, potentially, as a different outlook than just doing the SBC. And then we have a new SBC called the Reds This is, I don't know why there's no descriptions. This is, I think, in relation to Liverpool, that you do need a Liverpool player for the SBC. Players from the same league, minimum 3. Players from the same country, region, minimum 5. Gold players, minimum 1 in your starting 11. Very easy SBC. Once again, it's a 7.5k pack, so you're really not going to get much back. This is probably one of those, if you're doing your foundation SBCs, you have duplicate like bronzes and silvers and golds, and you don't really know where to put them at some point. This is an outlet for you to just basically throw them into an SBC, get yourself a 7.5k pack. You'll probably not hit anything, but at least maybe get some chemstyle, some contracts, and if you're lucky, hit a big player that maybe you could sell or add to your squad for value. So really cheap, 65 overall, 14 chem. That's a breeze. Anyone could do that. Just make sure you're not like spending coins doing this SBC. That would be very bad value. Wait until you pack a Liverpool player because they'll go up in price for SBC that isn't worth them going up in price. Just pack one organically, put it in the club when you need to, or put it in this when you need to, and move on, right? You have 2 days to do it. If you're grinding the game, you'll pack a Liverpool player. It's just that simple. So there's your content for today, man. I'm sorry it took so long in the first one. We're new to the menu, to the game, to the concept. You know, Footbin doesn't even have all the accurate stuff, but I'm so excited for this year of content with you guys. Last year was the biggest year. We 5x'd in size from the previous 2 years of the channel last year. So I am like incredibly grateful for that run. And if we 5x this year, that would be super sweet. And I would love that, but I don't expect it. But hey, you never know, man. Thanks for watching, boys. Good luck. I'm back for my first live stream on EFC. I'm going to go on my main. I have the pre-order. I'm going to go on the main with the FIFA points. We're going to absolutely ball out and have a nice little fun time enjoying the grind. So if you guys want to pop over there, SlaterAC over on Twitch. We'll be live all night long grinding the game. Probably live around 4 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. UK, and live for hours and hours and hours. I hope to see you there, boys. Let's pack some bangers. Good luck if you get KDB done. The card design's brilliant. The card looks fun. If you do it, I'm not going to tell you not to. Peace.